Did you watch Britney Spears' 2005 reality TV show? Well, I did, and it was a hot mess. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we will be deep diving into Britney Spears' short-lived reality TV show, Britney and Kevin Chaotic. The show was not toxic, but it was a circus. For those that have not seen the show, it focuses on Britney going on the European leg of her Onyx hotel tour, but unexpectedly falls in love with Kevin Federline, a backup dancer she met in a Hollywood nightclub. Before hopping into the show, I thought it'd be important to provide some background about where Britney was at in her life leading up to the show. Still only 22 years old at the time, in November 2003, Britney released her fourth studio album, In the Zone. It contained huge hits, including Toxic, Me Against the Music, and Every Time, and of course, it hit #1 on the charts.
Well done, mama.
The Onyx Hotel Tour accompanied its release to promote the album all around the world. On January 3, 2004, Britney married Jason Allen Alexander, a childhood friend from her hometown, in a spontaneous ceremony in Las Vegas. The wedding took place at the Little White Wedding Chapel, a venue famous for its quick and casual marriage ceremonies. The marriage, however, was short-lived. Just 55 hours after the wedding, it was annulled on the grounds that Britney lacked understanding of her actions. In her book, The Woman in Me, Britney wrote, "We cut loose at the Palms Casino Resort and drank a lot." Fun fact, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star Adrienne Maloof and her family owned the Palms Casino Resort at the time. I was this little girl who had worked so much, and then all of a sudden the schedule was blank for a few days, and so, hello, alcohol. As a 20-something will do after a few drinks, I wound up in bed with one of my old friends, a childhood friend who I'd known forever. The third night we were there together, he and I got faced. I don't remember that night at all, but from what I pieced together, he and I lounged around the hotel room and stayed up late watching movies, Mona Lisa Smile and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Then had the brilliant idea of going to a Little White Chapel at 3:30 in the morning. When we got there, another couple was getting married, so we had to wait. Yes, we waited in line to get married. People have asked me if I loved him. To be clear, he and I were not in love. I was just honestly very drunk and probably, in a more general sense at the time in my life, very bored. The next day, my whole family flew out to Vegas. They showed up and stared at me with these eyes of such fury. I looked around. "What happened last night?" I asked. "Did I kill someone?" "You got married," they said, as if that might be somehow worse. "We were just having fun," I said. But my mom and dad took it so seriously. "We have to get this annulled," they said. They made way too big of a deal out of innocent fun. Everybody has a different perspective on it, but I didn't take it that seriously. There was a huge media frenzy around this marriage and its abrupt end. Obviously, it was a joke, but the media turned it into this Britney's off the rails narrative. In April 2004, MTV published that Britney was gearing up for a reality TV show that would give fans a peek behind the curtain of her European leg of the Onyx Hotel tour. The show was originally called Entourage. Get it? On tour. I once tried to do a reality show called Moving In on my channel, however, it did not get past the pilot episode because none of you watched it. The original concept of the show gives me very Madonna's Truth or Dare vibes, where there'll just be behind the scenes moment of Britney with her backup dancers and other crew members. Each episode was expected to sell for $1 million, which is an insurmountable amount of money compared to other reality TV show checks. Reality TV shows were hot in the early 2000s. They were super cheap to make, and they were also super interesting to audiences because there was still such a novel genre at the time. It was super lucrative for celebrities to get into because a big part of being a celebrity is the allure, where every person wants to know every detail of your private life. Doing a reality TV show is the best platform to do this, and Britney Spears, arguably the biggest star in the world at this point, doing a reality TV show was a humongous deal. However, things took a dark turn on June 8, 2004 when Britney was filming the music video for Outrageous and injured her left knee. She was rushed to a nearby hospital and had surgery the next day. Afterwards, she had to go through 8 to 12 weeks of rehab, which meant all of her future concerts had to be cancelled. Cue the Britney and Kevin love story angle and the name change from Entourage to Britney and Kevin Chaotic. The fact that the name could have been Britney and Kevin outrageous, since it would have helped cross-promote the song as a single, and it's also pretty much the reason why the plot of the show changed in the first place, but Chaotic is still a good name too. It was pretty convenient timing, you could say, because if Britney had not fallen in love on this tour and she had not filmed a bunch of stuff with Kevin on the road, there wouldn't have been a show at all. You can tell from the first episode what the original vibes of the show were meant to be. Britney is talking a lot with her makeup and hair team, tour dancers, and other people on the crew. However, a lot of this footage would have fallen to the wayside once the show pivoted to being about Britney and Kevin's relationship. Before we continue, a quick reminder to please subscribe if you have not done so already. A general vibe that I got when I was watching the show was that it was promoted in a way that made you think that you were about to watch boinking. They show clips of Britney and Kevin kissing, in bed, downward angles, using night vision on a camcorder, which is a quintessential thing used in 2000s tapes. Celebrity schmicks tapes were hot commodities in the 2000s. Paris Hilton's tape got released without her consent in 2004. Pink parodied Paris's tape in her music video for Stupid Girls because, you know, feminism is making fun and criticizing other women. Another point that I picked up when I was watching the show was that Britney loves to goof around and laugh.
Scrotum!
Where are we at?
We're in Spain where it's not playing. It's pretty here. Even though it's a little nipply.
Let's hop into episode 1. Can You Handle My Truth? After showing a super teaser of what is gonna happen during the show, we get the theme song Chaotic, sung by Britney Spears. The song is produced by Bloodshy and Avant, who produced other massive hits for Brit, including Toxic, Piece of Me, Me Against the Music, and Radar. According to Britney Spears' wiki, Chaotic was meant to be the 11th song on In the Zone, however it ended up being replaced by Brave New Girl. I'm inclined to believe this theory because both of the intros of this song sound very similar. My guess is that the people at the record label said, we can't have two songs on this album that sound pretty much identical from the get-go. I need to spend a little more time talking about the Britney and Kevin Chaotic EP because there is a lot of lore and conspiracy theories. Outside of the song Chaotic, the EP contained two other songs, Someday I Will Understand and Mona Lisa. Someday I Will Understand, probably my favorite Britney ballad, was written by Britney on her piano roughly 2 weeks before she found out that she was pregnant with her first son, Sean Preston. The song is about Britney's faith, letting God's plan take place, and someday she will understand and see it all in her baby. Basically, she was in her prophet-knee era. And then we have Mona Lisa. Oh, this song is #1 at the top of the Britney Spears conspiracy theory iceberg.
It's a conspiracy theory that I'm actually interested in.
On December 30, 2004, Britney made a surprise appearance at a radio station, Kiss FM, to premiere a rough demo of the song.
All right, I know everybody's gonna want to hear the new single over and over, so I'm gonna try to play as much as I can, okay? The new Mona Lisa.
Hi.
It's just a taste. Go ahead, darling.
Hi, this is Britney Spears, and this is Mona Lisa, and it's #1.
#1.
The lyrics talk about the fall of Mona Lisa, that she's unpredictable and unforgettable. Basically, Britney Spears is Mona Lisa. Britney then said on the radio show that Mona Lisa would be the lead single to her upcoming album, The Original Doll, set to be released summer 2005. This never happened.
Good luck with your album. It's untitled.
It's probably going to be called The Original Doll, so...
And it's half done?
Yeah, it's halfway done right now.
All right, so maybe by the summer? Maybe by the fall?
Yeah, maybe a little bit earlier.
In January 2005, Britney posted another letter on her website saying, I think I should rephrase myself from my previous letters when I was talking about taking a break. What I meant was I'm taking a break from being told what to do. It's cool when you look at someone and don't know whether they are at work or play since it's all the same to them. The things I've been doing for work lately have been so much fun because it's not like work to me anymore. I've been even more hands-on in my management and the business side of things, and I feel more in control than ever. A representative for Jive Records stated that although Britney was working in the studio, no album is scheduled at the moment, and there are no plans to service Mona Lisa to radio. One weird thing about the song is that the lyrics were changed. In the original demo, the lyric was "She's been gone," but it was changed in the official version to "She's been cloned." Was this change as innocent as it just being a better lyric, or was it trying to cover up Britney's true feelings? Either way, "She's been cloned" just makes it feel even more conspiracy theory-ish. The original Doll album was, of course, never released, but it led fans to speculate about why the album was shelved. One theory goes is that Britney was overexposed in the media, that her name was plastered on every tabloid magazine in 2005, so the record label wanted to push the album out to 2006. A bunch of personal issues happened in Britney's life in 2006, so once again the album was shelved and ultimately Blackout just became the new project. Another theory was that the album was being reworked into the Britney and Kevin EP, but it's 3 songs, babe. Where are the others? The biggest conspiracy theory is that the album was going to be a huge FU to the music industry and expose all of the industry's secrets. The original Doll title was assumed to be a reference to the industry continuously trying to make Britney dupes, emulating sweet but sexy dance-oriented maximalist pop music that was Britney's signature sound. Some even thought that the title was a diss at the Pussycat Dolls, but I don't think Britney saw them as competition. The most realistic theory is that Britney always knew that the album was a lie and that she only announced it to put her team and her manager, Larry Rudolph, in their place. Going on to Kiss FM and announcing a brand new album was her way of saying to her team, "I can do and say whatever I want, and I can make your jobs 100 times more difficult now because now you have to go out and dispel rumors that I'm releasing a new album." Adding to this, in context, Britney had already announced that she was taking a hiatus from music in order to start a family, so she knew damn well that she was not releasing an album. Back to the show, we get our very first scene, filmed in the drab and wet London, UK, not to be confused with London, Ohio. Since this is Britney's opportunity to show us the reality of her life, we are in store for some serious, thought-provoking, and philosophical content.
They look like boobs, but they're not. They're my knees. They're my knees.
The first scene of this show is Brit's knees. Britney's knees. If only Britney knew how much outrageous trouble her knees were about to get her into. The show implements the reality TV show technique of confessionals, used to provide narration, exposition, and commentary on outgoing action within the show. Confessionals are the epitome of that inside-out line, what is going on inside that head? Britney, still in her prophet knee era, then tries to use Zoom 15 years before the COVID-19 pandemic.
I'm gonna figure out how to do Zoom, y'all. Hold on.
Britney reveals that she does not believe in marriage, referencing her 55-hour marriage to Jason Alexander.
I don't believe in marriage either. I mean, I've been married, but that was a different story.
Interesting how quickly her opinion will change. She asks a staff member of the hotel about his opinion on marriage.
No, I've been there, done that. Yeah. No, I did it like in a... Oh yeah, you read about it. Oh.
This is so interesting to see in live time. Imagine trying to form a natural connection with a stranger, but every single person on the planet already knows everything about your private life. Imagine trying to open up to someone and they respond with, "I already know. I've read it in a newspaper." We get to see Felicia, Britney's personal assistant and very close friend. Felicia is the sweetest person in the world. You can tell that she absolutely adores Britney.
Felicia is my assistant, but she's not just my assistant. She's my friend. She's my everything.
And I love her a lot.
When Britney was still a teenager, Felicia was her de facto guardian that looked after Britney since her parents had to stay home and take care of the other children. Felicia was truly with Britney since the beginning. She even played the principal in the Baby One More Time music video. According to Britney's book, Britney's dad told both parties that the other did not want a relationship with the other one anymore in an attempt to further isolate Britney and take control over her career. Britney tells us what she is looking for in a man.
Kind of sweet and nice and that loves me a lot. And that's really it. It's kind of love. I don't care what they look like. I just want them to be... Well, I do care a little bit what they look like. I don't want to be face ugly.
Well, can you blame her?
People can take everything away from you, but they can never take away your truth. But the question is, can you handle it? Can you handle my truth? Can you? I don't know.
The name of the episode, also a reference to the intro to her cover of My Prerogative.
They say I'm crazy.
So what are you gonna say at my funeral now that you've killed me?
Britney heads over to TRL UK to premiere her music video for Every Time. In a somewhat meta way, the show also promotes the song by playing about 30 seconds of it before leading into a confessional of Britney talking about losing her faith in love.
And for some reason, I couldn't get this guy out of my head that I'd met.
This is horror movie T. Nightmare fuel.
How many people were scared? Me too. I was really scared.
Britney then does a concert at Wembley, part of the Onyx Hotel tour, remembering this was the original concept of the show. We get a segment where she asks everyone what their favorite schmeck's position is and absolutely no one answers it, including JC Chasez of NSYNC fame and Britney herself. During Britney's show in Manchester, she talks about enjoying performing but having a void in her heart that can only be fueled by love. She had met a man in LA and asked him to come join her in the UK. She is of course referring to Kevin Federline. They met in an LA nightclub on a Monday night of all nights, could never be me, and it was an instant connection. What was neglected to be mentioned was Kevin's relationship with his fiancée, Shah Jackson. Kevin and Shah had one child together and Shah was pregnant with their second child during this time. Shah commented on Britney and Kevin's relationship by saying it wasn't just breaking up a relationship, it was like breaking up a family. Mess.
And you haven't had a relationship in a really long time?
5 months. We haven't been there together for a long time. Longer than 5 months. Just stay there. 'Cause I'm a kid.
Back in London, Britney and Kevin post catching up, then banter with one another on a hotel balcony about how Britney asked him to leave after only seeing him for 1 hour. Kevin is drinking a bottle of Coca-Cola, and this would have still been around the time Britney had a Pepsi endorsement deal.
I really do like Pepsi.
Really? What's your favorite kind?
I really do. My favorite kind of Pepsi? Pepsi's Pepsi.
Well, you don't drink Diet Pepsi or
No,
Pepsi
just
Vanilla or
just
Orange Pepsi
just
or...
regular Pepsi.
Have you ever had butterbean? What?
It's giving Sabrina Carpenter's Galaxy Z Flip deal, but she still uses an iPhone. Britney then asks him about his opinion on marriage, and he says that he does not believe in marriage. Like, how can you both not believe in marriage and then 3 months later get married? What? We then get a night vision scene and Britney admits to being a little tipsy. Kevin shares his opinion that he thinks Eminem is a genius and Britney speaks her mind.
He's a genius. But he complains a lot. But that's cool.
Well, I don't know personally, but...
Because it's cool when guys complain about things that girls have done to them and or their mothers. I personally think it's kind of but it's like... You have to embrace the dark. But hey, whatever gets you in the game, right? And gets you out there. That's cool. It's controversy. That's what they all want. That's what they want to see. It's how good you can play the game.
In the deleted scenes, however, this clip tells a very different story, instead focusing on Justin Timberlake.
Because it's cool when guys complain about things that girls have done to them and or their mothers. Cry me a river. I personally think it's kind of pussyfied, but it's like... You have to embrace the dark. But hey, whatever gets you in the game, right? And gets you out there. That's cool. It's controversy. That's what they all want. That's what they want to see. It's how good you can play the game.
She also mentions that she would like to marry Brad Pitt, even though he was married to Jennifer Aniston at the time.
I would like to marry. I'm not gonna marry this person. Is Brad Pitt. I think he's gonna fall in love with a young girl in like 5 years. And yeah, I think he's gonna get really bored. So that's the person, that's my ideal, like that's what I want to happen.
The fact that Britney was saying that she knew that Brad and Jennifer weren't going to last, okay, profit me, except she was wrong about him falling in love with a young girl in 2009. The following day, she is really drawn to this room in her hotel that has lots of pictures on the walls. You can tell how genuine it is because she reposts similar drawings on her Instagram to this day.
Well, I could not come in here.
Because I was having sex.
But hello, how many times today? No!
Obviously, no judgment, but I am curious to learn more about the dynamic between Britney and Felicia. Felicia was obviously caring for Britney since she was 16 and continued to stay as her assistant once she turned 18. However, how do you transition from being a de facto legal guardian when Britney was a teenager to kikiing about how much sex Britney is having when she is 22? Back at Wembley, Britney continues to be goofy during the sound check.
We're at sound check right now, and I'm about to...
And that is the end of episode 1, but we get to see a sneak peek for the next episode. Once again, this show is being advertised as Night Vision Schmix Tape vibes. Tune in next week to potentially see Britney Spears' Schmix Tape. Also, Kevin is just living that life.
I'm just living that life.
We now get into episode 2, Who Said Anything About Love? It starts off with her performing a concert in London. Britney and Kevin both talk about how Brit was nervous because it was her first show where Kevin was in the audience. We then get a clip of Britney getting a B12 shot. The scene then gets very awkward after the person that administered the shots asks Britney for autographs for his daughters.
I've had my daughter's outside in the audience. Are you filming me?
Yeah.
I wondered if you'd be kind enough just to give her an autograph. Is that at all possible? I'd very rarely ask that because it's very unprofessional, it seems to me.
Do you have a sheet of paper and a pen?
I do.
Okay.
And bless you. Oh, and sorry, D. Thank you. And no, there's the 4 of them come up. And that one is Trish. Sorry. And the last one is Lucy. And I will tell them, thank you very much.
Cool.
Britney and Kevin then roleplay the beginning of Twilight Breaking Dawn Part 2.
Oh my god, I look like a vampire. Look what we look like. Look. We look scary.
Britney's bodyguard, Mo, is quite hesitant of Kevin at first.
Yo, man, turn that damn thing off, man.
It ain't on, man.
Hey, Ray, you look like I'm stupid, man.
Nah, I didn't say.
Watch the light flash.
However, I can tell that this was very played up. I get the vibe that Mo and Kevin became very fast friends and this was just all play fighting.
Look at that right now.
Time went on, I got the opportunity to learn and know more about him, and he's a down-to-earth person.
The scene then transitions into a clip of Britney performing the second best song on In the Zone, Showdown. I feel like this entire bit was just to promote Britney's song Showdown, Mo and Kevin having a showdown, and how convenient, Britney has a song called Showdown. Just chilling in Copenhagen, Britney and Kevin are once again just living that life.
I'm just living that life.
I know everybody in this car is trying to ignore the situation. Somebody farted in here.
Well, whoever smelt it, dealt it. Also, you're not doing yourself any favors by giggling. We then get a 40-second clip of Britney and Kevin kissing. Did we need to see this? Absolutely not. But once again, it is pushing this message that we might be seeing them smush on live TV. I'm not completely sure whether this scene is the same scene as the Who Farted scene, but I'm inclined to think so, which is so gross. Somebody let out a garlicky, eggy, and or poopy fart, and you guys want to kiss? An activity notoriously known for breathing through your nostrils. We then get some breaking news.
Found out that Jennifer Aniston and Brad Pitt broke up. So I have a feeling that he's thinking about me.
She's gonna leave me for Brad Pitt.
I'm just playing.
I love how the show had to put May 04 to tell us when this footage was filmed, almost like it's trying to be the actual news. Today is May 2004. Hollywood power couple Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston are heading for divorce. A few days later, Pitt was seen with his co-star Angelina Jolie for their upcoming movie Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Back to you. This next clip is the most connected that I've ever felt to Britney. Not when she did a back handspring at the 1999 Billboard Music Awards, not when she was as skinny as a needle,
and I'm skinny as a needle,
but when she was an anxious flyer.
I've never been a good flyer, ever.
Why is the plane getting louder?
Every little move on the plane frightens me, especially on the small planes.
Alicia, hold my hand. Turn the camera off. Turn it off.
Britney then does a performance of Breathe On Me in Amsterdam, a very sensual song. After the performance, it cuts away to the red light district. Because Britney and Kevin Chaotic is schmicks, schmicks, schmicks.
The girls are wet tonight. Sorry. You went there. I did, sorry.
We get another clip of Britney and Kevin making out, the same clip we saw in the teaser at the end of episode 1.
I'm just living that life, bitch.
This is the first proper scene that we get of Britney and Kevin trying to tell each other that they just don't like each other, they like each other. Kevin is trying to hint at it, and Britney still holds her cards close to her chest and doesn't reveal how she truly feels.
Is that what scares you?
Nothing scares me.
Girl, 2 minutes ago you were terrified of that plane ride. No shade. Just saying. In the sneak peek for next episode, Britney says the word.
I love you.
But Kevin does not say it back. I think the editors of the show think we are really stupid because they used a shot of Kevin that we have already seen before back when Britney was talking about Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston's breakup. We then get to episode 3, Scared to Love You. Are you scared to love? Because of the farts? The episode starts with a performance of the hookup before cutting to a scene that was teased, Britney saying the L word. Like and subscribe. As I've already mentioned, this scene feels like 5 different clips edited together to make it seem like there is tension. Additionally, I don't think this scene has actually happened in the timeline yet because Britney clearly has blonde hair in this clip. But she has only had brown hair since episode 1, and the very next scene of this episode, she is back to being a brunette. Because Kevin doesn't say I love you back, she reneges her feelings. In the back of a car, the show is making it out like Britney is sulking about Kevin not saying I love you, but once again, it does not make sense because she is not blonde yet. This clip is most likely just shots of Britney being lethargic from touring the world and performing almost every single night.
I was on the road for a while, and whoever scheduled my tour must have been out of their mind. I was doing way too much stuff. I was over it.
The show continues to portray this false narrative in the next scene where Britney talks about being able to stand up to a man and fight them back.
Put me in a ring with you, boxing gloves, I swear to God, as much aggression as I have in me that I've been holding back, I could kick any boy's ass. They would be in fear of me.
The show is now trying to edit everything in a way of Britney is angry and she wants to fight Kevin for not saying I love you back, but it's literally just a throwaway comment. Britney then performs Shadow in Dublin, and before heading into the commercial break, we get a mini horror movie.
I think that you're scared to love me. scared.
I love Britney's confusion. She is perplexed. Just like in the third act of a horror film, Britney has a revelation. The entire relationship was planned.
We went to a club, and all of a sudden, out of the blue, Kevin's there. So that's why I think that you're not real.
I thought my friend Teresa and some of the dancers had set us up together. I really thought that it had to have been set up. It had to have been planned.
How sad that those thoughts can go through your head. Fame is a prison.
I'm positive.
That this was not planned.
I'm positive.
It was no hookup.
It was not a hookup.
You promise.
I swear. I promise.
We then get Britney and Kevin's first big fight. Britney wanted to stay out partying all night and Kevin wasn't feeling it, he just wanted to go home. This led to a disagreement where Kevin thought Britney was being rude for not wanting to go home too, and Britney thought Kevin was being controlling.
Oh, God. Wait, I'm selling my soul to the devil right now.
Okay.
No, not in front of you, without you.
That's the thing.
Okay.
What were you saying, Mr. Perfect?
Dude, I'm far from perfect.
The fight seems pretty lighthearted, but then there is a confessional that says that the real fight happened off camera.
We ended up having an argument. It scared me so bad I thought he was gonna leave, which wasn't on tape.
Packed my bags and everything, and I was ready to go. I walked in and said bye. That's all I said. And she just looked at me like, "You're leaving?"
This was a really weird way to end the episode. It feels unresolved, but not in a cliffhanger way. This whole thing is not exciting enough to be continued in the next episode, but of course, it does start off the next episode, magic happens. Basically, Britney was doing an act of play fighting and pretending to not like Kevin anymore to hide her true feelings.
And then you said it.
Kevin then professes his love to Britney off camera, and this just pisses me off because what are we filming here? What is this all for? We get videos of them kissing, fighting, having deep conversations, and then when we get to the I love you moment, you aren't filming? I guess you could argue that this makes Kevin's love for Britney a lot more genuine because people would have just criticized him for doing everything for the cameras if he had filmed it, so whatever. We once again get a moment of, do the editors think we are stupid? We get this scene of Britney and Kevin in a hotel room with night vision, but it is fake. This is the exact same scene as the last episode when Britney thought their entire relationship was set up. This scene is basically Britney being like, I want somebody to take care of me, is that stupid? And Kevin's like, no. Britney then does a concert in Barcelona, Spain, except the only problem with this is, she didn't. Barcelona was not a location on the Onyx Hotel tour, so anyway, she sings opera out of the window of her hotel. And we get another unnecessarily long clip of her making out with Kevin.
No. Some of what?
At the French-Spanish border, Britney's tour bus is stopped to be checked and Britney is freaking out. This scene is literally just used for clickbait purposes because before the previous ad break, they used this clip to tease what's coming up.
We really are about to get kidnapped. Why have they got army hats on?
This is it. I'm about to die. They're gonna kidnap me and take me away forever. If anybody finds this tape, I just want to be remembered as a good person. That's all.
We get another moment of do the editors think we are stupid because we get to see another clip of the previous scene where Britney professes her love for Kevin and he does not say it back. The timeline is Interestingly, Britney's hair is now blonde instead of brunette. We then get another clip of you might see Britney and Kevin boink on live TV.
Oh my God. Time and place.
The scene fades to black and then it returns to a shot of Britney exiting from a room on the bus. This is implying that Britney and Kevin were tickling each other in the other room, but this is not how tour buses are designed. This was clearly Britney exiting the bathroom.
Did you have fun about 5 minutes ago?
This means that she was actually asked about how her number 2 went. Once again, the timeline is messed up because she is clearly a brunette in this scene, however, 1 minute earlier, she was a blonde. In Paris, Britney struggles to pronounce Eiffel Tour. You know what I mean.
We're going to see the Eiffel Tower. How do you say it?
Say it.
I said Eiffel Tower.
The Eiffel Tower. That's how you say it.
Also, Kevin gets vulgar.
Don't say that.
Yeah.
The episode ends with the two on a plane flying to the set to film the music video for Outrageous, a canon event. On the plane, Britney decides to Phoebe Buffet Kevin and propose to him.
I'm just living that life on that.
I didn't expect it. Came out of left field and kind of slapped me in the face.
It wasn't filmed, so I'm not completely sure whether she got down on one knee to propose, but it would have been a metaphor if she did, right? Getting down on one knee right before breaking it. Of course, just like every man trapped with toxic masculinity, he says no because he has to be the one to propose. He is the man. Women can't propose to men. So Britney's like, all right then, just don't take too long. So Kevin then immediately proceeds to propose back to her, and she says yes. Oh my God, her dreams are coming true. I can't believe he just did that.
We did.
Yeah, right then and there.
Right then and there.
We were like, I love you. I'll spend the rest of my life with you, and let's get married.
We then get to the final episode of the series, Veil of Secrecy. This was the longest episode of the show at 38 minutes of runtime, except the first 4 minutes are a recap of the entire season, so it's technically only 34 minutes, but yeah. Back in LA, Britney and Kevin discussed that the original plan for their wedding was to be held at the Baccarat Resort in Santa Barbara. However, Star Magazine leaked the location. Britney didn't want a bunch of helicopters and paparazzi disrupting the wedding, so they changed the idea to having an intimate 30-guest-only wedding at the wedding planner's house. Keep in mind, paparazzi probably had an inkling that she was going to change the location since the original one got leaked, so she could not risk using her own house. As a way to keep the wedding a secret, they had told everybody that it was just an engagement party. She had also told companies in charge of the flowers, cake, and dress that it was all for a photo shoot, tasting, or fitting so that none of the companies could leak where the wedding was being held. Somehow, the paparazzi still figured out the plan, which means that either one of the guests leaked the story or one of the companies leaked the story saying that she was going to have a dress fitting or a cake tasting, and the paparazzi would be interested in covering that story anyway. Either way, how sad that Britney can just never get any privacy. Going back to episode 3, where Britney was paranoid that meeting Kevin was planned out way in advance, it's very easy to be in that headspace where you think that everything you say will be leaked to the press. How can you trust anyone? Even family, which we find out much later, could not be trusted. As the guests arrived, they found out about the surprise wedding. Even Britney's parents were surprised. Well, I'm not completely sure about Jamie. He was kinda just a sourpuss the entire time. Even when Lynn is hugging Kevin, Jamie is doing the mannequin challenge in the background. He is lifeless. This was his audition tape for The Walking Dead. However, it is revealed that the reason why he was so lifeless was because he was clueless. When everybody arrived at the house, they were given a card that revealed the true intention of the event. However, he did not read it. I think it was because he could not figure out how to open it. So, when Lynn is reacting surprised, Jamie is just ignoring everything. When he is told to go read the card, he is, unsurprisingly, still not happy.
Don't do that.
And I was like, okay, I didn't know whether he was mad or happy or, that was the biggest shocker to me.
Jamie Lynn Spears is the last person to show up. It's just rude. Britney refers to Jamie Lynn as a brat in her book, not in a Charlie X brat kind of way, just a spoiled brat. In fairness, she was only 13 years old at the time, so manners and the importance of punctuality have not fully sunk in yet. Also, why is she not arriving to the wedding with her parents? You are 13. Where are you at in life that you need to drive separately? Coming back from the commercial break, we get establishing shots of LA that are playing the same background music that they play on Drag Race.
Right now, I'm just losing her in the mix, and I don't want to do that.
Silence. I have forgotten my line.
As Britney is walking down the de facto aisle, aka a staircase, Jamie's at the bottom of the stairs, just emotionless. No smile given, it's just... He escorts her the rest of the way, lifts up her veil, and kisses her on the lips?
That's what she said. And you know what? What was that?
Now, I know that a lot of families partake in this, so I'm not judging, but is there not any sort of unwritten rule that maybe you should not kiss your child on their wedding day when the whole ending of the ceremony is you may now kiss the bride? Like, why are you kissing the bride? I can see tomorrow's headline, Britney gets married. To her dad, ? Britney wore Sergio Rossi shoes, a simple white dress, and a choker. For about 5 minutes, we get slow motion shots of the wedding in a sepia filter, and before heading into the commercial break, Kevin teases a secret message to Britney.
She has no idea that I'm doing this.
I just know that this is gonna be mundane as After even more slow-mo shots of the wedding, we get a costume change! Britney changes into a lacy white dress with a wedding garter. Funnily enough, she would re-wear this dress in 2008 when shopping for a Mercedes-Benz. Britney then does the throwing of the bouquet tradition and Felicia catches it. Kevin then pulls Britney's garter off with his teeth. Time and place. No class at all. Kevin is acting all cocky in the confessional about pulling it off so smoothly and with swagger, but girl, rewind the tape. You were struggling. Britney had to help you because you could not get it past her calf.
Boy, I made sure I pulled it out smooth.
Baby!
Everybody then got changed into tracksuits. The males had pimps on the back and the ladies had the maids. They all then went out to the club. We then get a beautiful shot of Britney and Kevin kissing in the sunset. The cameraman went off.
Wow, that was so powerful. Academy Award.
We then get to see the BTS of Britney filming the music video for Someday I Will Understand. It's like MTV's making the video, but not on MTV. We were promised the premiere of the music video at the beginning of the episode, but it does not happen. Maybe the version of the episode I have wanted to avoid copyright with the music video, or maybe it played right after the episode ended, so it's not included, but I have a feeling we were clickbaited, guys. Kevin then gives Britney a video message professing his love for her while showing a montage of the show. Again, the amount of times they have replayed these clips is far too much.
Wait, hold up, Mama. May I give you a word of advice?
Yes.
Edit.
Edit.
That's right.
Thank you so much.
However, we do get to see some never-before-seen clips of Britney spinning. She has always been a spinner. So, where are they now? Britney and Kevin had 2 kids together, Sean Preston and Jaden James.
Kevin, where's the baby?
I don't know, I thought you had him.
However, in November 2006, Britney filed for divorce citing irreconcilable differences.
It's the biggest news in the country, ladies and gentlemen. Britney Spears is leaving Jason!
Their divorce was finalized in July 2007, with both agreeing to share joint custody of their sons. In 2008, a conservatorship was put in place which led to Kevin getting full custody of their kids, while Britney was given visitation rights that would gradually increase over time. Kevin received $20,000 per month from Britney for child support, as well as additional funds for any custody-related legal expenses. So in other words, Britney was paying Kevin to fight her in court. Britney Spears' dive into reality TV was an unexpected and often bizarre glimpse into the life of a pop star grappling with fame, love, and her own identity. The show was less about Britney's carefully crafted image performing on stage and more about the raw, unfiltered moments that defined her chaotic life. Whether she was contemplating love or casually joking about life's absurdities, Britney's vulnerability and spontaneity made the show a fascinating window into her world. Despite the messy timeline and some questionable editing choices, Britney and Kevin Chaotic captured the essence of a young woman trying to find love and meaning in the world where every move was scrutinized. It was a testament to Britney's enduring complexity, both prophet-like and profoundly human. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. A quick reminder that I have a Patreon where I am posting exclusive content. Right now I have videos up on the 2002, 2007, and 2013 VMA pre-shows. They were all absolute hot messes. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and heck, why not share with your friends? And I'll see you in the next one. See ya!